In a cozy little house, nestled beside a whispering willow tree, lived a child named Jeps. Jeps loved to play, especially in the garden, where butterflies danced and ladybugs crawled. Every day, Jeps's parents reminded them of a very important rule: never ever go with someone you don't know. Jeps understood this rule, of course. It was like knowing not to touch a hot stove or run with scissors. But sometimes rules can feel a little bit like invisible fences, especially when adventure calls from just beyond. One sunny afternoon, Jeps was building a magnificent castle of pebbles and leaves. The air was warm, and the birds sang a sleepy tune. Suddenly a voice, soft as rustling leaves, drifted over the garden fence. It wasn't a voice Jeps knew. "Hello there, little builder," the voice whispered. Jeps looked up. A figure stood just outside the gate, partly hidden by the willow's branches. They held something shiny, glinting in the sun. "I have something wonderful here," the voice continued, a little louder now, like a secret being shared. "Something truly special, just for you. It's a magical toy, unlike any you've ever seen." Jeps's heart gave a little flutter. A magical toy? The figure beckoned gently, holding out the shimmering object. It looked like a tiny glowing star. Jeps's imagination soared, picturing all the adventures they could have with such a treasure. The voice was so kind, so inviting. It didn't sound scary at all. It sounded like a friend offering a gift. Jeps hesitated, remembering the rule, but the glowing star was so tempting and the voice so persuasive. "It's just a little way," the voice coaxed. "Just around the corner, where the sun shines brightest. You can come and see it, then go right back home." Jeps took a deep breath. The rule felt very far away now, overshadowed by the promise of magic. Slowly, carefully, Jeps unlatched the garden gate. One small step, then another, and Jeps was outside the familiar garden. The figure smiled, a wide, quiet smile. They didn't look quite as friendly up close. The air suddenly felt cooler, and the sun seemed to hide behind a cloud. The glowing star didn't look quite so bright anymore. The figure turned and began to walk, not around the corner where the sun shone, but down a narrow, shadowy path Jeps had never seen before. Jeps's tummy began to feel like a knot of tangled string. This wasn't right. The path was dark, and the trees grew close, their branches like long, bony fingers. The figure walked faster, and the soft voice was gone, replaced by a silence that felt heavy and cold. Jeps wanted to turn back, to run home to the safety of the garden, but the figure was ahead, and the path seemed to stretch on forever. A shiver ran down Jeps's spine. This wasn't an adventure, this was a mistake. Jeps remembered the rule, truly remembered it this time. It wasn't just about hot stoves. It was about trusting that deep, quiet feeling inside that whispers when something is wrong. Jeps knew they had to be brave and clever. As the figure paused for a moment, looking down the path, Jeps saw a small gap in the thorny bushes. It was tight, but it led back towards the main road. With a sudden burst of courage, Jeps squeezed through the gap, scraping knees and elbows but not stopping. Jeps ran as fast as little legs could carry them, not looking back until the shadowy path was far behind. Jeps ran all the way home, bursting through the garden gate and into the loving arms of their parents. The magical toy was forgotten. The only thing that mattered was being safe, being home. Jeps told their parents everything: the whispering voice, the glowing star, the shadowy path, and the knot of fear. Jeps learned a powerful lesson that day. The rule about strangers wasn't just a rule, it was a shield. From that day on, Jeps always listened to that quiet, wise feeling inside. And Jeps always remembered that true magic isn't found with strangers on shadowy paths, but in the safety and love of home.